Hi, teachers. Here is my presentation. My name is Yuxuan Li. Today, my topic is datamining in the electrical half-hourly raw and clean data sites for Great Britain from 2009 dataset. Let's start it. There are main 4 points for my presentation. The first, introduction of this dataset. The third, dataset description. The third, suitability for analysis. And the last, potential research questions. The first is introduction. In the 13 years from 2009 to 2021, the UK's power generation mix has changed significantly. With a significant increase in wind, solar, and biomass power generation, and a reduction in fossil fuels. From a research and education standpoint, it would be important if some amount of data could be used to demonstrate changes in the UK's electricity and the generation mix. The dataset we found is a good example of the improvement of the British phenomenon. Through the analysis of dataset, we can get a lot of information about the electricity situation in the UK. The results of the dataset are also of great value to electric power personnel. The historical demand can be obtained, so as to better predict the future electricity demand. For this is critical to a country's economy and the scarce power resources. The second part, data science description. The dataset in this paper records the dataset record of carbonization of the UK power system. The process is a typical process, and the data realized platform in all countries' power systems. It requires data from generation and the demand to enable system operators to monitor and balance the grid in real time. And the size of this dataset is about 32,777 KB. So this dataset is composed of 233,430 records, each of 25 variables. We can see there are 25 variables in the right table. The data presented here is an aggregate of operational data for the 30-minute period. Its data set has also 8601 completed data time in uwtsd and local time with error flags switched. The dataset contains 25 columns in right table, with a total of about the data. This dataset is arranged in chronological order, starting from November 5th, 2008, and ending on February 28, 2022. Among these attributes, including the living era, we use the number 1 to 5 to represent its range value. The third part, suitability for n size. The size of dataset means that it is sufficiently large for a wide variety of data mining techniques to be applied to it with a high probability of finding any hiding pattern with it. The main reason why I chose this data set is because the biggest advantage of this data set is that it contains not only the original data, but also the cleaned and processed data, which is very convenient for users. No matter what the occasion is, we can find the data selection that suits me. So the data and size. This project aims to address the following three questions. Data mining for the UK's power generation. Can data mining techniques differ before fossil fuels and cleaning methods? Are there relationships between UK's electricity demand and generation mix? So, the last part, potential research questions. To data mining this data set, I need to have enough knowledge about this subject. So an understanding of electrical power generation it's necessary for me to know about the different ways of power generation and how the trend is, and an understanding of the sources of energy. And the authors has a bachelor's degree in engineering, which covers these topics. Summary. This data set is mean about half-hourly publicly available electrical generation. It include 233,430 records. About the suitability, the dataset is large enough for n size, and relationships in the data have known cost. The potential research questions are following three questions. Data mining for the UK's power generation. Can data mining techniques different between fossil fuels and cleaning methods. And the last are there relationships between UK's electricity demand and the generation mix. So that is all my today's presentation. Thanks a lot. Thank you.